You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. Firstly, Ian, it's always good to have you here at BRFM.
Hi Dan, thanks for having me back. It's been a really busy couple of years since I've last been here. Probably my biggest achievement in the last couple of years was securing the Blue Flag Award again for Sheerness Beach. Something we haven't had for a few years, and we were actually the first beach in 1991 to secure it in the area. So it's really pleasing to get that back, and just shows the hard work my team put into keeping the area clean. We're waiting for next month as well to hear if we've retained the award and the Seaside Awards for Laysdown and Minster, so I'll let you know how we get on with that. My role includes a lot of assistance, facilitating and enabling events, and we have seen in the past couple of years the successful Swale Film Festival in Beachfields, which is continuing throughout this year. I also organise a series of voluntary beach cleans just to assist in the areas we can't get to because we are quite a small team, which are ongoing, and I'll detail the contact details later. I've also become part of the Beachfields Partnership, and I think Dave Harcourt from the partnership was on last week, so he would probably discuss all the details about what that involves. But it's basically a multi-agency approach to improving the Beachfields area, and obviously my office is right in the centre of it, and I was brought up in Sheerness, so I've got quite a lot of feeling for the area and getting stuff done there. I've also assisted with the new beach huts on Minster Leaves, which have been very successful, and that's an ongoing project. And after a couple of years of really hard work, we've managed to get a new suite hut open along Minster Leaves Promenade in the former Lifeguard hut, which has been a really successful addition to the beach. All of this has been on top of managing the day-to-day beach services and working closely with the RNLI Lifeguard service. For example, we recently held a joint recruitment day at Sheerness Swimming Pool, which involved us, the council, the RNLI and Sheerness Swimming Pool, trying to recruit local people to become pool and beach lifeguards.
So what are your plans for the coming season?
So we're about to enter our third season with the RNLI Lifeguard service on our beaches, and I'm sure James will talk a little bit more detail about that in a minute. We have a voluntary beach clean coming up with the Marine Conservation Society on Thursday, 7th of May. I know that's polling day, but that's organised with support of Marks and Spencer staff from Blue Water, but we are looking for extra volunteers in the area. If they are interested, then they can register at the Marine Conservation Society webpage, and I'll give the details out later for that. We also have an investors event this weekend for the Beachfields Partnership, which I'm sure David talked about last week, and something I'm looking forward to is the First Go Try event, which has been launched this weekend nationwide, and it's basically, if you're totally new to triathlons, it's for you to come and have a go in a confrontational environment. We're having a beginners event involving Sheerness Pool, 6 lengths of Sheerness Pool, and then 3k along Arnell Seafront. So if you're interested, have a look at the website gotry.org, look for the Swale event, and it's only a £5 to enter, and it'll be a really nice morning. We also have the annual Island Run happening on Sunday the 10th of May, and a potential, we're in discussions at the moment, having a classic car show along Minster Leaves Prom involving the Sweet Hut on Sunday 23rd of August, and we also hope to tie in with the RNLI doing a joint demo day, which we did for the first time last August, and that was really successful with the Sheerness Lifeboat and the RNL Lifeguard service. We also have the Sunset Stroll with Native Cancer Research UK coming up on the 8th of August. That'll be the third year of that, which involves walking from Minster to Queenborough, a nice long stroll as the sunset is happening. In September we have the Isle of Sheppey Sailing Club Round Island Race, which is an annual event. And within the coming year, I also hope to demolish the public shelter at Laysdown, which has become a bit of an eyesore, and have a nice little picnic area instead.
At the moment we're talking to Ian and James. James is the RNLI Lifeguard Area Manager for Swale and Thanet. Firstly, thank you very much for coming along with Ian. And I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the RNLI Lifeguard service here in Swale, and also a little bit about your role as well.
Yeah, well, firstly, thanks for having us along this evening, Dan. So the lifeguard service on Swale, as Ian mentioned, we're going into our third year on the island now, and we lifeguard 3 beaches, patrol 3 beaches throughout the summer months. So we have Sheerness, Laysdown and Minster, and they're all patrolled between the 23rd of May, weekends, and then the 6th of September is when we close for the season again. So all the lifeguards, we try and recruit them locally, so we sort of try and promote local recruitment for the guards on the beaches, provide them with all their training and their uniform to get them on the beaches here. They'll all do a casualty care course, which is a 3-day first aid course where they'll be taught a bit of incident management, trauma care, as well as your CPR and defibrillation, and the use of some drugs to help people in emergency situations. So a little bit about my role is really just to facilitate the recruitment and the training and the rotoring of the lifeguard services in Thanet and Swale, and to work with interested stakeholders like the foreshore office here, to make sure that we provide the service that's beneficial for everyone in the area.
So what are your top beach and sea safety tips for beach users here on Sheppey?
Well, our primary sea safety message is always use one of the lifeguarded beaches that we provide here on the island. After all, we are on an island here, and there's some fantastic coastline around. But the 3 main beaches that we patrol are the safest spots. The lifeguards are there on hand to give out safety information, to talk to people a little bit about the local area, some of the top danger spots and how they can avoid those. It's unfortunate, but we do have some incidents that happen that are preventable. And if people do come and ask him for some advice and some information, then all that is on hand.
And James, what are the requirements to become a beach lifeguard, and how do potential lifeguards go about finding out more information and contact details?
Okay, so to become a beach lifeguard with the RNLI, to start off with, you need to do a nationally recognised beach lifeguard qualification. There's a couple of separate awarding bodies that provide the qualifications, and usually it's something that the RNLI would look to people to get and then apply for work. If people are interested in getting the qualification, though, we are hoping to run a beach lifeguard course on the island from Wednesday the 6th of May. That's a Wednesday evening. We're hoping to do a couple of hours on a Wednesday evening, and then from 9 until 3 o'clock on Sundays over the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks, just to help people improve their swimming, their running abilities, and then teach them rescue board, rescue tube techniques, CPR, first aid, sort of instant management all comes into the qualification. So yeah, we're looking to run that course, like I say, from the 6th of May for 6 to 8 weeks. And if anyone's interested, they can get hold of me via my email address, or search for us on Facebook, Twitter, RNLI Lifeguards Southeast. To fitness tests standards for the lifeguard service. So the RNLI lifeguards are required to be able to swim 400 metres in a swimming pool in 7 minutes 30 or less, and then do a 200 metre beach run in 40 seconds or less. And then back in the pool, do a complete length, 25 metres underwater, touch the other side, and then sprint back as a swim sprint in 50 seconds or less. But these are all things that over that 6 to 8 weeks we'd look to train people to get. To start off with, I think a lot of people are not put off, but find the fitness standards quite daunting and quite challenging. But they're just something that we can work towards over that period to bring people's sort of fitness up and help them with their hypoxic training in the pool to meet them. So yeah, as I mentioned, if anyone's interested in getting any more information, they can contact me, which is James_Uren, that's UREN, at rnli.org.uk, or look for us on Facebook or Twitter, RNLI Lifeguards Southeast.
Ian, are there any ongoing issues along the seafront?
Yes, of course. We always have ongoing issues, and historical, and there will be in the future. Obviously, dog fouling, litter dropping, and petty vandalism. And it's not just this area, unfortunately, it is countrywide. I get things through from Keep Britain Tidy, and it's not just on the seafronts, it's roads, it's everywhere. It's just society in general, unfortunately. And all we can do is keep clearing up. It does get a bit demoralising when you've cleaned an area and you go back half hour later and it's dirty again. I did implement a dog bag dispenser scheme a couple of years ago, which has had mixed results, so we are constantly looking at ways we can combat these problems. I will urge people, if they do witness these kind of problems happening, either to report it online on the Swale Borough Council website, which you can do online, or if you witness any antisocial behaviour, like vandalism and so on, please do call the police on 101 and let them know. And so if the police know, they know there's problems happening. We also have another historical problem, and we've had a few rescues already, which is the cliffs. Obviously, I know you have the Coast Guard on quite a few times, and they probably cover this a hell of a lot. Yeah, and again, it's an ongoing issue, and it's not just Sheppey. I was in the Isle of Wight last week, and there was a cliff rescue happening during the week, so it is not just Sheppey, it is another countrywide problem.
So how do people go about contacting you if they wish to become a volunteer along the seafront?
Yeah, there's a few different ways. Obviously, I support a couple of marine conservation beach cleans every year, so you can register there on the Marine Conservation Society website, www.mcs.org/foreverfish, or I sometimes run my own individual ones, which I do advertise, and you can email me, and also if you want to report problems or just ask my advice, it's Ian Arnell, which is all one word, and the Arnell is ARNELL, at swale.gov.uk, or my office number is 01795 66 7015. I can also put you in contact with the RNLI if you've lost their contact details, and advise you on how to become a lifeguard as well.
Well, Ian and James, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along. If you're happy, we've covered everything.
Thank you very much for inviting us, Dan.
Yeah.
That is Ian, the seafront officer, and James, the RNLI Lifeguard Area Manager, Swale and Thanet, talking to us.